We knew it wasn't going to be the usual kind of case.
Finding a human head in your backyard is never the usual kind of case.
We arrived on the scene at 3 p.m. and interviewed the homeowner.
I was a little freaked. I just went outside to fill the bird feeder. There it was. A head.
The scene of a homicide under any circumstances is always a delicate balancing act.
And after carefully surveying the evidence, one thing was abundantly clear.
This was one big freaking head. Following standard operating procedure, we first brought in Kyle Brown, the department sketch artist.
It was actually quite a nice sketch.
No big deal. What I'm truly passionate about is illustrating children's books.
We created flyers from his highly detailed sketch and posted them around town hoping for a lead.
You would think it would be easy to find the body that goes with a 9-foot-tall severed head?
Wrong. Guess again.
Our next step was to bring in the forensic specialist.
It was an interesting case indeed, very exciting. I administered several pokes to the subject. Though unusually large, it was quite cold and squishy. My assistant and I took several core samples and sent them to the lab. Polio, gonorrhea, and swine flu were quickly ruled out as causes of death. An unfortunate accident occurred when my assistant tried to take a cotton swab sample from the head's mouth. It was violently trapped by an involuntary muscle spasm.
I regret nothing.
Without a body to help us out, we recreated what it might have looked like while it was still attached to the head.
The resulting outline was very incriminating.
It's true, the chalk outline appeared to be pointing at the homeowner.
Well, now that's just ridiculous.
While the homeowner didn't necessarily have the upper body strength needed to decapitate a 50-foot tall man, the evidence couldn't be ignored.
I'm 5'2", for Christ's sakes.
We took the homeowner into the garage and began our interrogation, while the forensic specialist developed a scientific chart on the head's background.
They waterboarded me for an hour.
See, I had a theory that given the head's gigantic size, it could in fact be connected to our ancient prehistoric past.
It only makes sense.
My chart clearly showed a logical progression from our ancient past to the current state of the enormous severed head. Plus, I think dinosaurs are really cool. Unfortunately, it didn't really explain how the head got cut off.
Or where the body was.
Or who did it.
The interrogation didn't yield the results we'd hoped for, so we moved along.
After they waterboarded me for an hour.
We'd just about run out of options when we stumbled across a key piece of evidence.
I was out behind the garage passing wind. I get bad when I eat tacos for lunch.
It's true.
Then I noticed something that had slipped under our noses earlier. It was just the break we needed.
Unfortunately, I had to rule out the suicide note because it just didn't fit into my theory. In my professional opinion, clearly the blame lay elsewhere.
We immediately took the homeowner back into the garage for further interrogation.
You know what? Screw all you guys.
Of course, this is not an exact science.
It's not your fault, Doctor.
I know.
Since we were back to square one, we'd gone as far as we could go.
The head started to stink, so we called the file closed.
To this day, it's the one unsolved case that still haunts me.
If only we'd had bigger clues.
And you can read all about it in my new book.